Hey guys, it's me, Nicole. I wanted to just stop by in and say hello and kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on with this year, 2012. So, my husband and I were kind of, talking about some plans and some goals that we have for 2012 because you know, it's almost tax season, so we kind of have to start deciding where we're going to put our funds and stuff like that whenever our refund comes. And so we were kind of trying to, we were just talking about everything that's going to be going on and stuff like that. So number one thing that's going on is Sadie's going to have a surgery, and actually she'll have 2 surgeries at least, and that is scary and difficult, and something that we've known about. We've known since I was 19. No, we've known since I was 21 weeks pregnant, pretty much. Or yeah, pretty much since I was 21 weeks pregnant, we've known that she was going to have these surgeries. I will probably make a whole separate video explaining what Sadie's malformation is and what they're going to be doing. But I just wanted to kind of dabble into my whole year. So this is going to be just a short segment, but I will fill you guys in at a later time about what it is that she is getting done. So the first surgery is going to be at the end of March, and then we'll have to do adjustments on that surgery at home for 10 weeks, and then she'll go back in and have another surgery. So that basically fogs up the months of April and May. Yes, April and May, and maybe some of June. And so that's big. That is going on this year, and my husband and I are excited to get it behind us, but at the same time we are scared because she's going to have to go under anesthesia, and nobody wants their child to have to be put down for any amount of time unnaturally. So it's very, very scary. And also we're just hoping that we're doing the right thing, because there are people that live with her condition that don't get the surgeries. There are people that get the surgeries when they're babies, and then they don't keep up with the treatment throughout their life, and it just goes right back to how it was before the surgeries, and so on and so forth. So the decision as far as getting the surgeries, we know that it will help her development as far as her arm growth, and we know it's the right decision medically, but it's just so hard as a parent to know, okay, well she could, it's not like a life-threatening thing. It's not like if she doesn't get the surgery she's gonna pass away, but she's also not going to have her full range of motion. She's also not going to fully develop in her arm if we don't get this surgery done. So it's something that we just hope, and we want, I guess the way that we think about it is, if whenever she's older, she can look back and be like, Mom, I'm glad that you did that, but if we don't do it and she grows up and she's old enough to have her own opinion, and she finds out that she could have had the surgery when she was a baby and we decided not to do it because we were too scared, she can look back and be like, Mom and Dad, when I was a baby you could have fixed this. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you take those steps to do it? Now I'm an adult, or now I'm this old, and it's going to be so much more difficult. I'm going to have to go through all of this instead of just getting it done whenever I was a baby and then learning to develop and my skills while I was developing. Now I'm older, and now I have to learn how to do things all over again if I get the surgery. So that's why we're deciding to go ahead and do the surgery, but it's still very, very scary. So as it gets closer, I will probably fill you guys in more on what the condition actually is and what the surgeries will be doing. Number 2 thing that's going on this year, we just kind of found out about it. My mother-in-law, Robert's mom, we just found out last night. We just got confirmed that she has cancer. So that's very, very, very scary. Very hard to hear. She's been sick with a sore throat or a sinus. She thought it was a sinus issue. Her ear had been hurting. She'd had a sore throat since May. So what is that, like 9 months? 8 months that she's been sick. Well, maybe 7, I don't know. But 7 months. So, okay, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so 8 months. 8 months where she was sick. And, you know, she was going to her doctor, and all they kept doing was giving her antibiotics and saying, oh, you're fine, you just got a little of this or a little of that. And obviously they didn't do any labs on her or figure anything out, because, you know, now in December she had to go in because she was coughing up blood, and they're running all these tests on her for a month. And, you know, exactly a month after, sorry, I'm itching my nose. Exactly a month after she went in for her initial emergency room visit, they find out that and they confirm that it is cancer. So we're not sure where the cancer is. They think it's in her lungs. But they've also mentioned they've also mentioned thyroid. They've also mentioned voice box or vocal box. Yeah, so I don't know. They haven't classified, like, if it's lung cancer or if it's a thyroid cancer or if it's, you know, they haven't mentioned. So as the weeks go by, we'll know more and more about that. My husband is very tore up about it. It's been very difficult, very difficult. No one expects their mom to, you know, pop up and have cancer. You know, it's a very hard thing. It's a very scary thing. You wonder, is she going to be okay? Is she going to make it through all of the, you know, if she has to do chemo, how's she going to live like that, you know? And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to think about. But it is something that we're facing right now in our life. So yeah, if you guys have any, like, any experiences like that, or an encouragement that you guys could give, please go ahead and leave comments down below, or leave a video response. But definitely check back in on my channel, subscribe, and I'll be giving updates on how she's doing. But I'm going to move on for now, because this is a full year update, so of what's going on in our lives this year. So another thing that's going on is we are thinking about getting pregnant again. Again, this is January, and we have a whole, you know, we're not jumping the gun at all. We're kind of playing our cards, because we also want to save up for a house and move out. I personally don't think that this apartment that we are in right now is big enough to handle another baby and all of everything that comes along with a new baby, you know, all the stuff that they would need, clothes, toys, everything. So, I mean, when they're really little, they don't really need much, but I don't want to go ahead and have a baby and then just be like, oh, well, we'll just deal with it. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and we will deal accordingly. But I don't want to, like, on purpose, you know, go out and be like, yeah, let's get pregnant, knowing that we're still going to be here until December next year. So, we're thinking about getting pregnant again, and I'm doing my weight loss and wellness journey on my channel. So if you want to know how that's going, you can check out those videos. And I'm trying to get healthy again. But another thing that ties into the thinking about getting pregnant is we're planning, you know, we're thinking about, we want to do a vacation at some point this year. We have done 2 smaller trips. We've done 2 like weekend trips. We've gone to a place up in Wisconsin, Dells, and we've gone down to see my brother in St. Louis, like just for like weekends. And those are the trips that we've taken Sadie on so far. And so this one, we kind of were thinking, what do we want to do this year? What do we want to do as far as a vacation? And we got to thinking, like, oh, well, we haven't been to Disney World since our honeymoon, which was in 2008, and I would love to go. I know Robert would love to go. We love it, and we know that it's not going to be the same with a 2-year-old, but we're okay with that, and we want her to experience it. But at the same time, you know, because the way that we view it is, you know, we could always say, oh, well, next year or next year, next year. But the fact of the matter is that if we don't go before I get pregnant, I'm not going to go until after the baby the next baby is like 2 years old, because I'm not going to have a 2-year-old running around and a newborn. I'm not going to have a 3-year-old running around and a 1-year-old. It's just, I feel like that would be a mess. So the earliest that we would do it, if we didn't do it before we got pregnant this time, was when Sadie's like 4 and the baby would be like 2, or however old Sadie is when the baby was 2. So we're thinking about that, and it's like financially we don't know where we're going to be at this year. We don't know if we can handle it, but it's on our minds. So we got, we're thinking about it, and we went to the website even, and we like punched in a couple different dates as to what we're thinking about. We definitely want to do midweek, so like something Monday to Thursday or Friday, in order to skip out on the airfare of the weekends that obviously the airfare goes up for the weekends. And also we're kind of discussing whether we want to do it around Sadie's birthday, or whether we want to do it around our wedding anniversary, or whether we want to, this was a crazy thought because my cousin's getting married September 15th in New Jersey, and I'm like, well, you could always take like Friday to Friday off of work, and then we could fly out to Jersey on Friday and then be there for the wedding until like Sunday, and then on Sunday we could fly to Disney, and we'll just do the whole thing in one foul swoop. And because September is a really good month to go down to Disney, it's amazing. And if you go towards the end of September, they already have their Halloween stuff up, so you definitely get to see all of their themed stuff, which is amazing. And that's when we went down for our honeymoon, obviously. But the weather is wonderful. I think it rained maybe once the whole time my husband and I were there. So I know weather changes every year, but it seems to be a really good season to go. So so we're thinking either end of July or sometime in September we will be thinking about going. So I don't know, but pray for us, and pray for us to have guidance and wisdom over our financial decisions this year. And please keep my mother-in-law in your prayers, and also Sadie and our upcoming surgery and everything like that. So there's just a lot to I say that we have plans for this year, but it's not really true, because we have like expectations or goals that we have for this year, but we trust that the Lord is going to bless us however he sees fit, and he's gonna have great things planned for us. And if we make our own plans, and we are like, first of all, even if we make our own plans, if God says no, it's not gonna happen. But God has a better plan for us than whatever we have planned for ourselves. So whatever he has in store for us, we are thankful for, and we're hopefully ready for, and we know that whatever it is, it will cause us to have growth, and it will cause us to come together as a family. So yeah, those are my 2012 goals, stuff that's going on this year and things like that. I also wanted to, I have this idea for moms that have babies that go into the NICU. I wanted to do some kind of something where I could like make something for those moms, like craft something or do something that I could donate to hospitals for moms that have had babies that end up in the NICU. That's something that I've been thinking about. So I'm still thinking about what I would want to do. If you guys have any ideas, I would love to hear them. So go ahead and leave me a message, or leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear some of your suggestions on what I could do, because I do feel like I was very blessed, and I am still blessed in all of the help that I've received with Sadie, and whenever she was in the NICU. I mean, I didn't have anybody that did that for me, but I just feel like it's such a hard time. Nobody expects to have their baby go into the NICU, unless, I mean, I did, because I was told from 19 weeks that there was going to be something wrong with her. But nobody like grows up thinking that. That's not an expectation that you have. So it's a very difficult thing. You're scared and you're worried the whole time, and I just want to do something for those moms. So if you guys have any ideas, go ahead and leave comments below, and I will let you know whenever I come up with something, or whenever I hear a good idea. So, alright, that's the end of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!